Hello and welcome to Oracle Insight. I'm Flora. Now today's reading is a 14-day reading where you are going to be guided through the next 14 days by a particular spirit animal. Now you have 4 to choose from here. When you saw the thumbnail, you may have actually felt connected to one at that time, but this is just your opportunity to solidify that choice or of course change your mind. So at 1 we have hawk, 2 is wolf, 3 is penguin, and 4 is black jaguar. So you are going to take your time now to connect with which particular spirit animal is calling to you the most. And once you have made your decision, you'll find the timestamps of each animal in the description below. So I shall then see you in your reading. Welcome to those of you who selected group number 1 and the hawk as your spirit animal guide for the next 14 days. So let's see what the hawk messenger has to say specific to the card. So it says, Spirit is sending you messages. Open your greater vision to see the signs. Focus on priorities and eliminate distractions. You have a bright future. Let yourself ascend to new heights. Okay, so with this, now the hawk is known as the messenger of the gods, and in this situation I'm sensing that you might actually be a little too close to a problem or an issue at the moment, and the hawk messenger is asking you to distance yourself from that and to retract emotionally from the situation and view it more objectively. All right, so okay, so let's move on to some sacred forest oracle cards and we'll see what they have to say. Pure spirit purification. Oh, that's lovely. Willow spirit flexibility. And lastly, earth spirit stability. Well, don't you think that's wonderful? Look at the symbolism there with all the wings happening. Of all the cards in the deck, we've got 3 that have that element of air involved about movement. And so, oh, that's wonderfully synchronistic. Okay, so with the purest spirit and purification, I love how can you see here with, don't you feel just cleansed when you look at this card? It's like all of what might be holding you back or making you feel ill at ease or just feeling murky or just, yeah, not the best. It's like it can be frozen, just like ice particles on a tree and then just brushed off, shaken off. So I love that. So if you are feeling in a situation where things are just not feeling right, then the pure spirit is highlighting the fact that there is some things that need to be cleansed from your life. I can actually point to just habits like food that you might be eating, habits that you're engaging in that is not uplifting to you, that causes some kind of distress on the body or the mind or the spirit. It could be to do with people that you have around you. If it's a case of a situation in the home, then this even just pointing to the fact that cleaning out your space is going to be beneficial. Now with the willow spirit and flexibility, it's calling you to have some flexibility in a situation. Don't go in with a hard stance. You're going to have a much better result if you, just like this fairy here, can you see how she's transparent? There's none of that solid construct to her. So this is the kind of attitude or approach that you're going to have to take in a situation if there is something troubling you. And if it is in the home environment, it's asking you to be willing to bend in a situation and don't enforce your will on something. Willow spirit, oh, that's cool, will. It's not a time to take a hard stand on something. Don't stand strong like an oak tree. You'll have to bend like a willow tree. Okay, and so with earth spirit stability, so that's basically saying that you're going to take that advice, then there will be more stability on offer. So don't you think that that's just a gorgeous looking card? Look at all those colours and all that sense of possibility. Wow. And if this is, of course, if it's to do with a family situation, then stability is definitely on the offer. You will just have to remove yourself from that emotionally charged situation, take some time out, take a breather, take a broader perspective on something, and then be willing to bend a little, give a little. It's not a time to take a hard stand. And then from that, there is stability to be offered. There is wonderful outcomes there. There is an abundance of blessings. So it's definitely something that you can work through towards something beneficial. For those of you who are looking to broaden your horizons, the Hawk Messenger and these cards are asking you to leave behind the old, really cleanse out things that are no longer serving you, being willing to let things go, be flexible about your approach to things, be willing to look outside the box on what you might be perceiving as the direction for you to go in. Be willing to consider other options, because that flexibility here is calling you to have that open-mindedness, along with the Hawk Messenger as well. And with the stability in the Earth Spirit, that really is suggesting that there is certain abundance to be gained. There's certain resources that can come into play which will serve you in establishing something beneficial for yourself. And with the Earth Spirit there in stability, that is you participating in this earthly realm, in the 3D world, and being able to manifest something from it that is in line with whatever it is that's going to give you joy, abundance, that sense of fulfillment. So I just love these cards. Don't they look gorgeous? Okay, so next up, we are going to look at some tarot. We'll see if we can get some further clarification for these cards. See if we can get some actual specifics. Oh, the Fool there. Got Knight of Wands, and Knight of Pentacles. So with the Fool coming out under the pure spirit and purification, you may actually have been looking at things a little too naively. Given that it is the Fool here, there is a sense of potential foolhardiness about a situation, some naivete involved. Okay, it might be you're actually juggling far too many things at once and you are needing to let go of something. There might be some imbalance due to the fact that you've taken a few too many things on, and it's impacting the situation or the family home around you. But if that's not resonating, then where with the Hawk Messenger, it's asking you to step forward out of where you are at the moment, but do so from a position of awareness. You need to get rid of things, most certainly. There might be some things that are holding you back, and you'll know what that is potentially in terms of habits, in terms of outlooks, in terms of, like I was saying here, it might just be mundane situation of clearing space and allowing that clarity in your environment to then support clarity of the mind and your energy field. But this particular card does suggest to me that there is a need to put both feet on the ground and be clear in how you are looking to move ahead. This is asking for a bit more maturity from you. Interesting. Okay. All right. And then so with the Willow Spirit flexibility, you've got Knight of Wands. So really, it's not a time for you to charge ahead and do battle. With the flexibility and the Willow Spirit, you need to really take a more tempered approach to how you decide to move into being able to deal with this situation. Whatever situation I was speaking about in terms of what the hawk might potentially be pinpointing in your environment at the moment, then just take it easy, basically. Take it easy as you approach the situation. With Earth, Spirit and Stability, you have Knight of Pentacles. Well, that's wonderful, because Pentacles speaks to the stability of the Earth, and that coming in with the Earth Spirit is speaking to all-round settledness, being settled, being grounded. And the Knight of Pentacles, if you are looking to start a career or move in another direction, then whatever you're needing to let go of here, whatever it is that you're moving forward on in terms of inspired action, then it's going to result in something beneficial, but it is going to require some work on your part. It's not just going to fall into your lap. You are going to be moving towards more stability, but it is going to require that you put some effort in, and it will take some time. Now, I'm thinking, I just want to see if we've got anything more there. Seven of Pentacles on top of or next to the Fool. Here you've got, Six of Cups there, and Queen of Pentacles. My gosh, there's a lot of green, like stability, like things pertaining to resources, home environments as well. There's something going on that requires your attention, definitely in the 3D situation, the 3D space. Seven of Pentacles, if you're starting on a new venture, wherever you're at, you've kind of had it. I'm getting a sense that you've had enough of that. It's not really benefiting you in ways that you had intended or you are wanting. Move on from that. You've had enough of just messing about with things, I think. Now it's like it's time for you to go to that next level. And it's not to say that you haven't actually done quite well, but these cards would suggest that you are really wanting to take yourself to a completely new level from where you have experienced whatever you've been experiencing, whether that's at work or another situation. I think it's time for you to level up in some way on that. And with the Six of Cups, there are opportunities there that you have available to you. It could actually come about with regards to connections that you have had before that might be influential somehow in this movement forward. And with the Queen of Pentacles, somebody of the Queen of Pentacles energy that offers you a piece to the puzzle that you're searching for in order to establish something more. Like with that pentacle there, it's like there might be something you're searching for that is being, oh yeah, look, see, you've got the Knight of Pentacles here, which is your first one, and it's like you're looking towards the Queen. Now, I'm getting a sense that this pentacle here fits in perfectly with the Knight's shield. So there could be a piece that's missing from what it is that you're wanting to create, that this person who is very nurturing, who is very established, who has created independence for themselves, and this particular person has the ability to offer you some kind of gift or some kind of puzzle piece that is going to support you in whatever it is that you're wanting, that you're going to be creating in the future. Oh, that is wonderful. And with the family situation, if that's pertaining to you, then I do tend to find when the Seven of Pentacles shows up with this particular deck, she's right next to this pentacle and she's got her eyes focused on that. And it's like in line with the Hawk Messenger, this card is asking you to take a step back. You're too close to the situation. You're not seeing what other options are available because you're way too involved. Okay, so that is really pointing to you taking a step back and removing yourself from that that close proximity of whatever is going on there. And with Six of Cups, you know, you're all about the harmony of your family. Why wouldn't you be, right? You're a hawk. You're not the hawk. The Hawk Messenger is what is the animal spirit that you chose. And the hawk does speak to about being the protector of the family and wanting the best for the family. And that's what you've been doing. You've been working towards creating that, supporting your family in so many ways. And you're wanting for this balance of love and harmony to be restored. No buts. And with the Queen of Pentacles coming out here, with this, there's earth and then earth and then earth. There's lots of stability there. There's lots of groundedness to be had, and there's lots of restoring of the balances, the male-female energies here. There's harmony to be gained. So don't fret about it. Just take the advice of what we've talked about with the Hawk Messenger. Take a broader perspective. Remove yourself emotionally. Don't engage so much in any heated emotions, and yeah, you'll be able to see your way through that. Now we're going to select a sacred geometry card. For myself, I do feel that these are just wonderful cards to assist in whatever area is needing some kind of a balanced nature. Let us see which sacred geometry card is going to be of assistance to you at this time. Okay, you've got magic here. So if you are moving into new directions with regards to new area of expansion, whether that or some kind of creation that you're wanting to go to, a leveling up of sorts, then this frequency is supporting your ability to grow and expand. All right, and that all that is required is our belief in their manifestation, and that obviously does tie into your home situation too. Great. Okay, so you've claimed that for yourself. Wonderful. I shall put that there, and then I want to select a Moon Oracle. What is this? Queen of the Moon Oracle deck. So I am going to select a card for you. Let's see what other energies might be helping you at this time, along with the Hawk Messenger. All right, let's see. Queen of the Moon, sovereignty. If you're resonating with a family situation or something that's going on in your personal environment, it could also point to the fact that you are sovereign in yourself, and that also means that you don't need to be dominant over anyone else with regards to the powers that you have. Having that ability to own your strength as well as owning your flaws will be very good in this situation to assist you with being flexible. All right. And if you are moving onto new pathways and you are wanting to stretch yourself past where you have been, then this is really about you claiming your power and be settled in it, be grounded in it. Okay, both feet on the ground there. And we've got so many pentacles here. You can see the pentacles here, the green, 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 green. And so this is talking about the stability that the earth represents. And the next 14 days is obviously just that beginning stage, isn't it? You're still figuring things out, but the best way that you are going to move through these next 14 days and beyond is with your feet on the ground, being centered within yourself with the sovereignty card, understanding that you have so much to offer outwardly but you really need to have that centeredness within yourself firstly. And so, like over here with the Hawk Messenger, it says you have a bright future. Let yourself ascend to new heights. Okay, that is fabulous. I love how these cards, they just, now I'm thinking where I can put this, but these cards just, they connect so beautifully to each other. I think it's just gorgeous. All right then, so look, I'm just going to put that there because sovereignty belongs in the middle. Okie dokie. All right then, group number 1 who chose the Hawk as your spirit guide, I really do hope and trust that all goes well with you over the next 14 days, and I do send my best. Until next time, you take care of yourselves. Welcome to those of you who selected the wolf as your spirit animal guide. So let's see what the wolf has to offer you in terms of some guidance over the next 14 days. Let's read that. So Wolf and Pathfinder, release your past and start a new journey. You are a teacher and help others find their way. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. Oh, that's quite deep, isn't it? So the wolf is very symbolic of being one to offer guidance, being one to lead. There could be possibilities of teaching here, or you might be looking at potentially moving into something that you are wanting to guide others with. I really get a sense that you're trying to find your way in something. The Pathfinder here, you know that there's something more there, but you're just not quite sure of the form that it's supposed to take for you. There is a real sense of loyalty. That might be a trait of yours also, or that is something that you're wanting to foster within yourself. Let us see what the Sacred Forest Oracle cards are presenting to us for the next 14 days and the guidance or the issue that you might be seeking assistance with. So you've got Eagle Spirit, Freedom. Spirit Guardian of Spring, Activation, and Foggy Bog, Patience. All right. Wow, you might actually be feeling a bit conflicted at the moment. The Eagle Spirit here and Freedom. Can you see that hawk flying above? There's like no holds bar. They're free. They're in the skies looking down at everything and reveling in that sense of freedom. And it might be at the moment that you're feeling constricted. You're knowing that there's something out there for you, but right now where you're at, you're not feeling that sense of it. You're feeling like you're being held back, whether that's by certain responsibilities you might be having at the moment, bogged down by, oh look, foggy bog, bogged down by, or a sense of a weight, a burden of sorts, especially with the wolf there. You might really have a strong sense of responsibility to those around you at this time, and that is causing some inner conflicts with you potentially. And with the Spirit Guardian of Spring and Activation, so there's certainly new beginnings for you in something, or you're certainly seeking that as well. And this card would suggest that there are options available to you. Along with the Eagle Spirit, there's a certain sense there that you are encouraged to find that freedom for yourself, but it's going to have to be balanced out by this sense of responsibility. There might be ways in which you can express a sense of freedom, a sense of newness, maybe go towards a different path, but this new beginnings, this activation, which I'm really getting a sense that you're going to have to find a way of compromise with this, because especially with the foggy bog here and patience, though some movement ahead can be achieved here, there is going to be a time of percolation involved. There is going to be a time where some patience is going to be involved and you're just going to have to hold off for some time. With these cards, we're really talking about being able to maybe find that harmony internally before you actually take the action, because the card is suggesting that action is not to be taken, even though this card says activation and does kind of look to having some kind of movement, some kind of growth. But I'm getting a sense that this is more internal. This is more about you kind of finding that balance in terms of recognizing the need for freedom, but also in some way within the environment that you are within, you are going to need to find, I feel like there's a balanced, aligned, and you're going to have to find that alignment within yourself with regards to whatever new paths you're wanting to take. I think right now is a time to recognize stirrings that you're feeling, acknowledge it, and accept it as a truth that you're coming to discover about yourself. In that recognition, see if you can find a middle ground with be that tree, be stable, yet there. Oh, look, there are options. There are options about you. There are. You just can't see them. Just like you can barely see these fairies here. They're blurred. So the options are there to be seen, but they're not actually in physical form about you right now. So yes, a time to hold back in action and just focus on your internal balance. Okay, let's see if we can get some clarifiers from tarot. I'm getting a sense that this is really weighing heavy on you. Bless. But it is important in this life journey that you are honoring yourself. Okay. All right, so now we have here King of Cups under freedom, the Page of Pentacles under activation, and the Judgment under patience. Okay, now let us see. Yeah, you do feel a real sense of responsibility here. You've got King of Cups, which is all about, Cups is about the emotions. King is that, so you're sitting on your throne there, you know that you've got responsibilities about you. And so because of that, the eagle spirit and the freedom that is on top here, that's causing some turmoil within you. The Page of Pentacles, see, you've established yourself in the Cups arena as the king, but you're really wanting to branch out into something new. The Page of Pentacles speaks to new opportunities, speaks to being the beginnings of something that's to be nurtured, to be grown, and which could potentially turn into something more. So you've got the stirrings there of something new, and you're definitely wanting for it to be you want to move ahead with that creation. The Pentacles is talking about some kind of resource that is to be developed, an interest there that you're wanting to pursue, to grow. It's just not as clear, it's not seen, but the Judgment, see, so with this Judgment card, can you see the images here? There's this internal calling within you that is making you feel like you're going to be split in two, that there is separation of sorts between where you have been and where you're wanting to go. That you might actually be looking at some real extreme decisions that you're wanting to make here. And the Judgment card is about a call from the universe. It is about you being called to recognize new paths, new pathways, Pathfinder. It looks like you've got some decisions to be made. That feels quite heavy, actually. I feel like you're really being torn. Let's see if we can get anything else with, and as I said that, Five of Wands came out. So yes, you've got some internal struggles, not only within you, but externally too, because the decisions that or the movement that you're wanting to make, this is just not sitting properly, so I just need to adjust it. Just a minute. So the decisions that you're wanting to make is, you're feeling like it's really going to have quite an impact on the your external environment, and indeed, with that Five of Wands there, I would say that it will do. And you've got responsibilities to those external to you, but you also have responsibility to yourself as well. Okay, and the card here, so where were we? Okay, this goes here. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, so you've got, as I said, the Five of Wands, that speaks to conflict here. You've got Three of Wands, but see, this is really about expansion. It seems to me like you have actually decided within yourself that you are wanting to make that change. You're wanting to move ahead with whatever internal call is being asked of you. I get the sense you've made that choice already. Okay, all right, and so the Six of Pentacles is asking a balance of exchange of energies here, a balance of being in balance. I would still maintain though that in the next 14 days, have some patience before you actually take action with regards to that. Okie dokie, let me see, activation card from the Sacred Geometry. Look at that, universal love. Number 44. The frequency of universal love activates the connection we feel to each other, to our planet, and to the whole of existence itself. And look, love activates. And you've got the Guardian of Spring here with the word activation. So, and with the Judgment card there does seem to be some kind of realization within yourself, some kind of activation that this path that you are currently on, there needs to be some kind of change to it. Okay, and so we'll take a Queen of the Moon Oracle card. And I read in the Spirit of the Animal Oracle guidebook that this says waning crescent protection. But as I was saying, what I read was that the wolf works very closely with the lunar cycles and the moon, and kind of draws upon its divine feminine. So it's quite fitting that we're using the Moon Oracle cards here. Now, waning crescent protection. My interpretation of this is that you are protected, regardless of what choices that you will be making in the future. There is protection around you. And so as exposed as you might be feeling, I'm getting a sense of this exposure here, as exposed as you may feel moving forward, it's okay. You are protected and you have protection around you. Okie dokie. All right then. So, group number 2, and those of you who chose the wolf animal spirit, thank you very much for allowing me to do this reading for you. I send you lots of love and light as you walk through these next 14 days. And until next time, take care. Welcome to those of you who selected group number 3 and the penguin as your spirit animal guide. So we are going to look at what guidance the penguin can offer you as you walk through the next 14 days. So let's just read the statements here. Penguin, authentic. Reach out to your tribe in times of need. Family gives you strength when you face the storm. Love your uniqueness. You are full of surprises. Break free from others' expectations. Just be yourself. Okay, there could be some change on the horizons then in regards to your viewpoints and how you're fitting with those around you at this time. I mean, it could be that you are actually looking for a new tribe, or you might potentially have found a new tribe which might not be your family, or it might not be your current social group. So bear that in mind also, that if you are looking to new associations, the people within those new associations can certainly provide some love and assistance and support during these times. So let's have a look at the Sacred Forest Oracle cards and see what we have on offer here. So we've got Toadstool's Growth, Wise Woman of the Grove, and Grace. Forest Temple Enlightenment. Okie dokie. This does seem to point to some kind of change in terms of internal truths. Maybe you are going through some kind of a spiritual awakening or you might actually be finding that what you're feeling inside of you now is different from what you have been exposed to, whether it's growing up or even in your current social environment, social circles. And so you seem to be going through some kind of growth and some kind of change here. And one hand, there's this authenticity that seems to be developing inside you for something different from what you have previously held as true. And you can see here with that family unit there, that's very much speaking to your habitat. Having chosen the penguin as your spirit animal guide, it's asking you and encouraging you to actually claim that difference, claim that growth, claim that authenticity. Now is the time to actually develop this newness that you've discovered within yourself. And I'm thinking you might not have had this. This is not a recent thing. It does look like you have felt some stirrings for some time, but now it's actually grown to a point where you can no longer ignore it, deny it, walk away from it. So it's something that you are wanting now to embrace within yourself, and you're just feeling that sense of unsettledness in regards to how it fits in with your family or your social environment or your immediate external environment. The Wise Woman of the Grove and Grace, she's encouraging you you can see that chest there and that jewel. You are the jewel within the chest. So this is about you finding that truth within yourself and honoring it, treasuring it. You're going through a period of transformation. Look, that speaks to a change, doesn't it? And even though this does not look particularly attractive, the change is for enlightenment. See this enlightenment here? Yeah, I think that's what's happening here. Group number 3, you are going through some kind of spiritual enlightenment, spiritual awakening here. The previous truths that you held to yourself are no longer fitting and no longer jiving with where you're at now. So this is what the grace is about. So that's asking you to have that sense of grace about yourself as you're dealing with others in times of finding that authentic voice for yourself. And yeah, enlightenment. Look, this does feel to me that you are going through some kind of a belief change, belief shift, and it's resulting in you feeling more of a truth within yourself. There's this light here at the center. There's your heart's being activated to the truth of what you are now aligning yourself with. And look at all that light that's pouring in. There's no darkness there. That light and that love, that's really beautiful. We are now going to select some tarot to clarify these cards, see if we can get some more details. Okay, so we have 7 of Cups, High Priestess, and Page of Cups. Okay, so with 7 of Cups, yeah, you're no longer feeling satisfied with what's on offer in these cups anymore. It's not fulfilling you like it used to. There are options available to you now that you are being drawn to that resonates more to what you have within you. And these cups are talking to emotions, and I just love the way they're full of wonder and so many options there. This is where the growth is coming in. You're recognizing that, unlike previously, where you may not have actually understood that there are other options available to you, now you're recognizing that There certainly is. With that recognition, you're claiming a choice for yourself. And the High Priestess, this reading is definitely spiritually based, because the High Priestess is talking about that inner guidance, that intuition, that sense of the divine, the spiritual connections here. So this is you. You've discovered that. You've discovered that within yourself. Wow, that's really powerful. This High Priestess here, she looks divinely graceful. And so this, once again, I love the way that the High Priestess in this deck is depicted so gracefully in movement. And so that's just kind of reiterating this grace that you need to hold within yourself as you move forward with this choice that you're making. Have that grace within yourself and in your dealings with others, just as it's depicted here in the movement of the High Priestess, because it looks to me like you are the High Priestess. Your beliefs now have certainly shifted from where you were at previously. And the Page of Cups, so the energy of the Page of Cups is speaking to the beginnings of something of, the Cups is talking about emotional fulfillment, of that sense of wonder in terms of what else can be experienced with regards to this change, this claiming of your authenticity here. Doesn't necessarily have to be completed within the next 2 weeks, but it certainly points to there being an understanding of this change happening, of you claiming that change for yourself, that illumination of the new way. And look, you've got strength here that's come out for the under the growth and Seven of Cups. And then you have got, oh wow, the Sun. My gosh, the Sun here next to the High Priestess. And then King of Pentacles. Okay. Wow. Well, look, you've got how many major arcana? 1, 2, 3. 3 major arcana here. That's cards are then pointing to some major changes, some major energetic shifts for you. This is not just something that's going to be finished in the next 14 days at all. This is going to be an ongoing experience for you, an ongoing process and transformation. So have strength when you're making choices for yourself, when you're recognizing that growth has been made. With the High Priestess, my gosh, you've got the darkness and you've got the sun here. This is an illumination, just like the Enlightenment card. This sun is basically, the High Priestess is talking to the inner depths of intuition, that the hidden things that you can't quite, you might not actually be able to articulate, but you can sense and you can feel. And in that, you're claiming that, that life force that is yours, and that is the truth for yours. The sun here is talking to the truth, an illumination of the truth, just like the Enlightenment. So this is your truth to claim. It's yours. Oh, so much. There's so much joy, so much possibilities there. You should be very much encouraged by this card here for certain. And with the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles talks to stability. Now, whether that is actually energies around you, energy that you are able to kind of solidify within yourself now, because this energy is about stability. It's whether that's the energy that you will be moving into along with this Page of Cups, this new emotional fulfillment, or actually, now that I'm looking at it, the Page of Cups is looking to the King of Pentacles. So there could be some kind of person around you, the King of Pentacles energy, that you are looking to for support. The King of Pentacles could be somebody that has already gone through this transformation and is offering you some guidance or some support at least. It could be how reach out to your tribe in times of need. This could be this kind of support system that you have around you to connect with when you are feeling that you do need that guidance. Ah, how interesting. That's wonderful. Okay, fantastic. Sacred geometry cards here. These are the activation cards. Let's see what one comes out for yourself. Oh, solar plexus chakra. So let's see what it reads. The frequency of the solar plexus chakra, the yellow flower of life, supports our sense of self, our personal power and our willpower, as well as our knowing of who we are and what our contribution is to the whole. That is fabulous. This is essentially the strength card here coming into play for you as well. And look, you've got the sun there, you've got lots of yellow happening. This is about you claiming that for yourself, claiming that authenticity there, because this is about you recognizing or owning your sense of self and how you interpret that sense of self to be nowadays. Okay, so you're knowing who you are, and in that knowing how it is that you're going to be able to contribute to the world or the whole. That says the whole, but yeah, so that's wonderful. That's excellent. So let me pop this over here. And then lastly, we are going to select Queen of the Moon Oracle card. See what other guidance can be had. Attraction, 44. Well, see, this is what started it all. You have just been drawn into the vastness. With the super moon, it's like with the attraction is just confirming that, you know, you're understanding how you fit in with the whole, and you're recognizing that now, and you're wanting to do something about it. Congratulations, well done, bless. Okay, where should I pop this? I'm going to pop that there. All right, so group number 3. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I certainly do hope that this has been beneficial to you in some way. Congratulations on what it is that you're now claiming for yourself. I trust that this guidance will assist you in moving through the next 14 days with ease and grace. So, and until I get to read for you again, you take care. Hello and welcome to those of you who selected group number 4 and the Black Jaguar as your spirit animal guide. So we're going to have a look at what kind of guidance the Black Jaguar can offer you in regards to the next 14 days. Okay, so let us firstly just start off with the statements on the card, and let's have a read of those. So it says, Black Jaguar, old soul, walk through life with confidence and grace. You have power from beyond the world. Focus on what you really want. You can create your dreams. Fabulous. But my goodness, when I look at this card, group number 4, I'm feeling a real sense of jadedness. And if not jadedness, you're certainly feeling very tired, somewhat worn down. There's a lot of wisdom in this card, a lot of contributions that have been made. There's certainly a sense of having given of yourself quite deeply. All right, with that being said, let us see what the Sacred Forest Oracle cards can guide us further with. So you've got Enchanted Fern Grotto, Refuge, Bear Spirit, Healing, and then Bee Spirit, Prosperity. Oh, well, we all love a bit of prosperity, don't we? Yes, it looks like you are needing some refuge from your environment at the moment. That sense that I was getting of you feeling tired, that's coming through quite a bit. And even with the healing card here, these cards certainly point to an indication that you're needing to step away from your responsibilities right now, whether that be people, circumstances, or situations. These factors are draining you at present, and you have felt drained for a while now, but you have kept going, you have persevered. But this is really speaking to you being able to take refuge for yourself. And it could be that you have been the one to offer refuge to others too. In these next 14 days, you certainly need to step back from whatever it is that's you're engaging your energies within, and redirecting those energies internally to yourself to give you that sense of healing, that experience of healing. You may even need some kind of or receive some therapeutic healings. You yourself could be a healer, whether that is a direct healer in terms of, for instance, a doctor in the medical field, nurse, mental health field, somewhere, anywhere where you are actually, your energies are focused towards the healing of someone else. This is a time where you actually need to take that for yourself. And with the bee spirit and prosperity there, I mean, there's a lot of, like, there's green, there's life, there's exuberance on each side, and then right smack in the middle there is like time out. That's enough. And so that's because that's because you have been the one to give refuge to others. And this is where your life force energy is going towards. You see, there's so much life contributions and energetic kind of fueling of others that you have been partaking in, and now you really need to give pause to that, and in that pause, a space of refuge for yourself. Fuel your energies so you can go further in whatever it is you want to do, because the bee spirit is talking about prosperity. It is talking about you being able to create something of benefit for others, for community. There's also a sense of community working together. If this is where we are wanting you to head, you're going to have to take some time out to replenish yourself, because you can't be giving all of that to others when you're needing it for yourself. And once you do replenish your stores, then look at this. This is fantastic. This is more to give, more to develop on, more to build upon and create for not only yourself but for others. Okay, let's have a look at some tarot to see what kind of clarifiers we can get. Oh, look. 10 of Cups, Queen of Wands, Page of Cups. I'm just noticing how these are two females here. So maybe for some of you, a refuge is in another person, that you're wanting to take refuge with another person, a love interest, a family member, just someone who you feel connected to that you haven't had a chance to actually spend time with recently, and that's what you're wanting. And that will give you a sense of healing with the 10 of Cups. That's such joy there. That's familial harmony, familial happiness, but not just that. There's just general happiness. And look, there is the bees. Can you see the bees? There we go. Oh, that's wonderful, and the bees are showing up here. So there is that possibility, or this could be you who has been so focused on giving this fire energy to others, this life force to others, and this is where you need to take some for yourself in order to rejuvenate this. And even if you are not a medical practitioner yourself, and you are not exchanging those energies in that field and giving of that, there are indirect ways of healing, and you could just be a person who gives of yourself emotionally. I mean, you could be in a teaching field, you could be a field or doing things that really require you to be present with others. And in that presence, you are basically giving of yourself to someone else, emotions, with your energies, and that in itself can provide healing to others. And with the Page of Cups, once again, you've got cups here in terms of the emotions, in terms of the that kind of depth of love that is on offer within you to share with others. With the Page of Cups here, yeah, see, this is you starting anew with something. So whether it is that once you've replenished your cups, you might have actually identified another pathway to go down, but the opportunity may have presented itself, but because you were feeling so worn out and so tired, you were looking at it without that zest for grabbing it. It's like, oh no, I can hardly deal with this situation, let alone trying to take on new interests or new responsibilities. So once this healing is done, it looks to me like, along with the prosperity card of the bee spirit, with the Page of Cups, you are actually going to consider that whatever this new path is, you're going to consider it again, and you're going to be a little more interested, more excited, more enthusiastic about the potential there. So that's really wonderful. Now I'm just going to quickly get some more tarot. I just want to see if there's anything else that can be had there. Look at that. You've got a tower, the tower there. 4 of Cups, okay. And lastly, let us move these along. Okay, lastly, let's see. 10 of Pentacles. These cards are really talking very much to refuge is needed, because if there is no refuge taken, you are going to basically hit a tower moment, in the sense that things are going to start crumbling around you and you're going to experience a breakdown of sorts. Okay, whether that's you yourself or external environment, even though I think this speaks more to your internal experience. So this is really a warning for you to actually take time for yourself, because you do not want to exhaust yourself to the point where, if you are in the medical field, a mistake can be made and that's going to cause huge catastrophes. Oh gosh, I don't even want to think about it, so let's just leave it there. But needless to say, this is not a good indication of what can potentially happen, the structure crumbling here, if you don't take that time out for yourself. Now with the 10 of Cups, you've got 4 of Cups. Once again, this is about, that jadedness. You're kind of been in a situation where you've been looking, you have, and you've not been satisfied with it in some way, shape or form. And so potentially, this is where I was saying that you might have been looking at other options, but then you just can't be bothered going forward with it because it's too draining. But from here to the Page of Cups and this situation here, from there it's like there's this looking elsewhere, but it's feeling a bit disgruntled with what it is that you have. But then you move on to this situation where you're on your feet, you're in health. Look, your stance is tall, and you're looking towards this direction here, which leads to the 10 of Pentacles. And look, you've got the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. That's like true abundance there and true happiness. So this can be abundance in wealth and resources and whatever it is that you might potentially be looking to go forward into the future with, which is to do with expanding your community or entering in or branching out with a new branch of your community. Whatever it is, once you've replenished yourself more, you're going to be in such a good position to go forward with this. And with the 10 of Pentacles here, look at all those pentacles. Now that's the dosh big time. I mean, look at that. That's wonderful. I love seeing that. And with the 10 of Cups, you've got big time dosh and big time happiness. Come on. That's a win-win. Love it. Okay, so let us see, what else are we going to do with this? That's right, we need to do the Sacred Geometry Activation cards. I love these cards because I really feel like they're doing something like, what I mean. Okay, let me just choose one for you first. Oh my gosh, look what you've got. Prosperity, I love that. And then of course, look, prosperity there too. Oh my goodness, I love that. Look at this. Oh, that's fabulous. Black Jaguar, oh wow, great guidance, Black Jaguar, fantastic. Okay, so firstly, let us read what the frequency describes. The frequency of prosperity supports our feeling of well-being by allowing the inclusion of everything that makes our body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit sing. It invites us to express ourselves in joy and celebration of the abundance and riches that the universe provides. Fantastic. So supports a feeling of well-being. Well-being, let's focus on that. You must be in well-being, okay? When you are in well-being, you are able to balance the body, the mind, the heart, the soul, and the spirit, okay? And it's through that balance then you are able to create this happiness and this abundance, this prosperity. Oh my goodness, love how that works. All right, so I'm going to pop that right next door to prosperity, and of course with the 10 of Pentacles there, just so we are well and truly immersed in all of this. Love it. And then with the Queen of Moon Oracle deck, let us see one last piece of guidance to be offered. Okay. Oh, power, look. You've got power. Love that. Full moon power. And with the Black Jaguar, look, you have power. See, this is what it says. You have power from beyond the world. Agreed. Oh, I love that. And then look here, you've got full moon and power. Oh my gosh. I really just get so excited when these cards just speak so synchronistically to the topic and to, you know, the whole spread. I just love that. It's like they're communicating with each other. Beautiful. So there you go, power. Okay, and that's how I'm going to read it. I'm just going to, yes, I was going to go off on a tangent, but I shall not. We shall take this at face value of power. And so this is you anyway, especially having chosen the Black Jaguar spirit animal. That's you. You know your power, and you wouldn't have been able to be this bear spirit in terms of healing otherwise. And it looks like you've got quite a large community about you. Your contributions actually go far and wide. Wow, you are in good form, group number 4. So well done. Congratulations to you. Oh, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I certainly hope that this reading has been beneficial to you in some way. And if you feel that we're vibing here, then by all means, if so inclined, like and subscribe. And I will look forward to being able to connect with you again in another reading. Take care. Bye-bye.